Welcome back to True Print for Life. I'm your host, Christina Vera.
And I'm your co-host, Maylin Sambois.
Welcome back for our next episode. We are in preparation. As we know, this is the time of the year where you're going to start seeing all the pink and the red hearts everywhere and all the commercials and all the love in the air, right?
The Cupids. Little arrows.
Which is so interesting when you think about all these holidays that, you know, I think our country just loves holidays. We will create. There's a donut day. There's a pizza day. There's a coffee day. There's
chocolate day. Chocolate chip cookie day.
I don't mind that day. I'm all about a good, nice, hot, warm. I don't like hard chocolate chip cookies. Like, they have to be warm. They have to be gooey. But I don't like the big chunks of chocolate. I only like just the morsels.
The little ones?
Yes. So I love chocolate chip cookies, but it's a very specific type of chocolate.
Brand.
I don't like it's not even about a brand. I think it's more of just like, I don't need I like them to be warm. I like them to be soft. They have to be soft, but I don't like the big pieces of chocolate. I like the small morsels. And so anyways, I'm okay with certain days, but what I have sometimes struggled with is some of these holidays that, you know, tend to make people feel a certain type of way, like Valentine's Day.
Lonely.
Well, I think it's just kind of like, you know, when you think about it, and even like Sweeter's Day, like that's like in October or something. And I had never heard of Sweeter's Day until I was like in high school. And I remember this guy was like, well, you know, Sweeter's Day is really for the guys. And I'm like, why? And he was like, because y'all get Valentine's Day. Like, Valentine's Day is not for men, it's for women. And I was like, you think so? And he was like, think about it. He was like, well, he said something really inappropriate, actually. So I don't know if I'm going to say that here, but he was like, you know, we got to go get you guys flowers. We got to do all this stuff. What do you guys get us? And I was like, well, what do y'all want? Like, there's really, like, it's just, so when you think about the pressure that suddenly becomes like part of just like a day, it makes you feel sometimes like, oh, what do I buy a person? What if I don't have a person? And am I not where I should be in life? Like, what does that mean? And so, like, I don't know. I always feel, even though I've been in a relationship, and I feel like I've been in a relationship most of my life on Valentine's Day, it's just still kind of like, I don't want to say silly, but it's also kind of like, if you're intentional about self-love, if you're in a relationship and you're like showing love and expressing gratitude year round, then there shouldn't be as much emphasis on a made up holiday like Valentine's Day. And I think I've always had problems like with my husband in years past, because that was the only time I did get flowers and stuff. So like when Valentine's Day came about, it was not really about like, you know, this special moment. It was like an expectation of like, you better have my flowers, and I don't want Giant Eagle flowers.
You want Kroger's?
No, I don't even want Kroger's
has
flowers.
A really nice ones though.
But it was more because there wasn't consistent effort put out year round. Mm-hmm. And so like, and I know it's not every single day, right? Like life happens, you have children, but it's just like, that's why I think made up holidays like Valentine's Day, there's such an emphasis, especially if you are not intentional about, you know, showing love to your significant other throughout the year. Then it's like, okay, Valentine's Day
is the one day
you better pull it all the stops. Yes. And when you don't, you're really questioning
the whole year. You are paid for
I'm pissed off for like a year now because of just the whole lack of effort. Yeah. And so I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I can understand, like, I think it could be fun. And I see now that we've added a Galentine's Day for like friendship.
Yes.
Which I think was really a great idea. Like, that's actually a day that I think was helpful when you think about Valentine's Day, because it's not always, I don't know. I don't think that it should just be this emphasis of like two partners. Like Valentine's Day is now about friendship.
Mm-hmm. Like Thanksgiving, friends, or Friendsgiving.
Yeah, Friendsgiving. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's just like it's
like when you don't like your family, like you have to have something with your friends.
It's like a new age way of these holidays that we've all been sucked into. Because people, like I saw on TikTok during the holidays, like how many people are like, I'm not going to my family's house on Thanksgiving. I don't even like my family. I'm not going to their house on Christmas. I'm not like, especially if you come from like very traumatic backgrounds, like some of these holidays, actually could be very traumatic for a lot of people. So to your point, Friendsgiving, I think that was like a great kind of spin-off, because it's not truly about what these days should be about, like, which is a whole nother conversation. But when I think about the frenzy of Valentine's Day that's coming up, I think about people who start to, feel like inadequate because they don't have a particular person to share this made-up holiday with.
And all the breakups that happened before because guys don't want to buy gifts, right? So, I mean, I have seen it too. Like, they're like, I'm going to break up with her on the 10th and get back on the 20th. I'm going to skip that whole holiday. But, if you think about it, the holiday is actually a marketing thing. So really, who really makes money and who's really happy with Valentine's and all these amazing holidays is the companies, right? The commerce. Because if you go to a restaurant on Valentine's Day, get ready to spend a lot of money.
For basic food, too.
Like, wait, this is a 4-course meal, but you have serving me 1 meal, you broken 4. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel bad for the people that feel like they have to prove on that day that they love somebody.
Yeah.
Because now, even if you don't got it, or if you had it, you are now spending all this money that probably could have cost you a ticket to go somewhere on a vacation, right? So that's the win.
You heard the win. You said vacation. I'm like, that win in the background. I think this is a great sign that for Valentine's Day, just buy me a ticket out of Ohio, somewhere else.
But it's true. I agree with what you said too, that people don't sometimes do it year round. And I think when you don't do it year round, then now you have this pressure. And then sometimes you're so busy, you don't even get to do it. And then now you're in the doghouse for the whole year.
Right.
Into again Valentine. And then Christmas comes and there's more expectations. And I think all these holidays just give people stress, which is why I almost want to be a witness every time there's a holiday. I'm like, Maylin, I really respect the Jehovah's Witnesses religion around this time, because they don't go like this. Like, my mom is a witness. I'm grateful because I could just piggy of her, and then be back to my
You just don't, you know what it is it's just too much. Like, you always tell me that you're like, it's a lot. And which I agree, it is a lot.
Too much, because if you love people, like, I like getting people stuff when I can and throughout the year. Like, I don't have to wait for this thing to be like, okay, now I have to get gifts for 20,000 people.
Right.
Like, what? And especially if you know a lot of people, you're like, who do I get a gift? Who doesn't get a gift? Like, no. Even my family, like, guys, I'm canceling Christmas this year, so I hope that you're all good with things. I have a kid now, and poor baby. Like, I'm like, Tara, you don't know what this means. This is all made up. I put a tree like literally 2 days before Christmas just because I want to take a picture with him on the tree, because I didn't get to go to like Easton to do it. It was too cold for me. So we did it at my house. But Jared looked at the tree. He's like, okay, it has lights. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then he went to look at Cocomelon.
Yeah.
So he don't care.
Right.
So when you think about it, they make all of this about their children. It's the way that we raise them to believe that this holidays, right? And there's nothing wrong. Like, I love gifts. And when I can, I love giving them. But I think it becomes so much pressure. Like, do I get the right thing? Do I do the right thing? And da-da-da-da. I'm like, no. If I see something I really like for somebody, I just get it and I give it to them. It could be a random Tuesday. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do. And even birthdays, I'm trying to be better at that. But God knows, my own family, I don't know their birthdays. So now when it comes to Valentine's, funny enough, my first marriage was on Valentine's Day. So the first time I got married, it was on Valentine's. Horrible idea. Let me just tell you, for the people, don't marry people on a holiday. Because then if things don't work out, you have that holiday every year, like, now for a while I forgot I was married altogether. Afterwards I forgot, but I will always get this little feeling on Valentine's Day, and I'm like, what is that? And then I had to remember, maybe it's because you were married at one time during that holiday. I'm like, maybe that's why. It's weird, So for me, I don't like engagements or holidays. So future husband, if you're listening, none of that on holidays. Leave that apart. But, just on a random occasion. But I do like the Galentines. And I think we're doing something with Femergy for Galentines, because there's so many women, and you see it on TikTok, you see it on Instagram, that are feeling, one, I don't have someone to share this special day. So I feel like I'm not pretty enough. I'm not good enough. They get all depressed because of a made-up holiday.
Right.
So Galentine's Day now is given an opportunity for friendship. But even if that didn't exist.
Right. Even if you ain't got no friends.
Right.
Self-care day. I mean, just make it about you.
Go to get a massage. Like, massages are live. You don't like a massage, get a facial. You don't like a facial, stay in your house and drink a cup of coffee.
Aromatherapy.
Yes, like all the great things. Like, you don't have to do anything. If you don't have the funds right now, do something that is free. Maybe go for a walk on a beautiful place, like, near, I don't know, a park with places that have roses, water, something that you can do to just look at the beauty. And if you're healthy, like, be grateful for, like, you're healthy that day. Thank God. That's a gift on itself. If you woke up on Valentine's Day or February 1st, either day, and you woke up, like, be grateful for that, because so many people don't get a chance to wake up.
Yeah.
We have friends that we just say good night and we never see them again.
Right.
So I think as people are processing this, I also think it's important, and maybe coming from a person that has been married twice and is single, and it's been not because there's not a lot of people out there that want to be in a relationship, but because I'm at a place that I think I have found, one, I have a son that I love dearly, that I pray for 20 years. But two, because I'm in such a good place, and it's almost like I feel like on my second marriage, almost in a way. Like, you have to bring something really great for me to be able to disrupt this that I have now.
The peace you have.
Yeah, like the peace is really nice. Like,
So you feel at peace with where you are.
I do. Like, I have a son that I love waking up to and going to bed with. I have good support with my mom right now, and I'm even looking for care, whatever. But I just have this peace, and I'm almost a little afraid that someone coming in will disrupt the peace that I have, right? And this time that I'm taking to enjoy a new creature that is learning all these things.
Right.
Right? Like, I'm busy enough with work and, raising a son, that when people try to holler at me, whatever you call it, talk to me, whatever you want to call it these days, I would like,
You're like, wait.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I really like you. I'm like, I don't know, because I have expectations now. And being what I've been, so like when people talk to me, like, it's nice, but I was married to a poet, so you cannot really say nothing to me, right?
No, for real.
Like,
I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah, like, you can say nothing that I would be like, oh my God, that is so beautiful. I want to marry you. Like, no. To me, like, actions speak louder than words, right? And I'm very honest with the people that try to talk to me now. I tell them, like, listen, what you're saying is really nice. I'm a person by actions.
Right.
I no longer are,
You're going to pay these bills.
I'm not swept by you're so beautiful.
Did you pay my mortgage
Listen,
this
I
month?
know I'm beautiful.
Show me what you talking about. I got all these bills. Which one do you want?
Yes, and even building, like, I'm telling people now, like, if you're in a pursuit of building who you are and building your career and building your business, like, focus on that.
Right.
I don't want to be like, a distraction. Get that going. Go after that, because I am here also.
You said something the other day that was fire, and I quoted you the other day. You said, You said, I'm not building no one but Lego. You said something like, what did you say?
Yeah, I'm not here to build you up. I'm so sorry. We're not building. I'm only building Legos with a child.
That's what she said. I was like, Maylin, write that down. Because someone was saying something about, like, these men just want to be. I was like, my friend just said the other day, I'm not building nothing but Legos with my son. And
That's
I was
true.
like, that needs to be on a t-shirt somewhere.
It does, and it will come out soon. But what I'm saying is, right, we'll probably a new shirt for True Pet.
I'm not building nothing but Legos with my son.
Yes.
I was like,
and it is because I seen so many people building, right?
Yeah.
And you spend, and I mean, some people are really lucky. Like, you get to build a man and make him better, and he stays with you, and you both have a great life.
Right.
And then sometimes you build this person, and then he goes off and is better for the next person. God bless. You're welcome. I did it for the people.
Right.
But I'm at a place now, and it is because I have worked so hard. We have worked so hard that I don't want to be unfair to somebody building.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm not going to give you the time and support that you need.
Right.
Because I'm here building and also supporting my child.
And you've been there and you've done that.
Listen, I have met multiple people.
Right.
And I'm so grateful. They're great for the next, and I hope they enjoy it. But now I'm like, you have to come with who you are.
Yeah.
Right? And I want you to come fully built.
Right.
Right? Like, this is who I am. This is what I got.
No assembly required.
No assembly. God knows I cannot even assemble you. Even if you come with instructions, you are so on the L. Like, I can even help you, okay?
I need you fully.
I need you fully.
Batteries and all. Don't come not
don't
charged.
tell me I gotta go buy batteries. I ain't doing it. No.
We ain't got that to do. We are not building nothing but Legos this 2024.
No. You need to come ready. Like, like, you need to come ready for a relationship and a family, because I have a kid now, and that changed the whole game now.
Right.
Because now I'm like, I don't trust nobody, you know.
Right.
That's going to take time. So as I am enjoying this season, and like you said, you know, there's times that I'm like, would I want a partner? Yes, in the future. But now, like, even my time capacity is at the max.
Right.
You know, so I'm hoping that in the next year, maybe 2025 will be a great year to be able to meet someone. And I even want to be friends with this person first. Like, this whole thing of Valentine's is great because it's friendship. So you want to build a friendship with someone because, you know, you get into those older years, life happens, and God forbid you get sick, something happens. Are you going to have somebody that's going to be there just for how you look? Or they're going to be there because they love who you are as a person, as a core?
Right.
You know, and that's what I need. I don't need somebody to love me for my smile. Thank you. I get it. I'm pretty. I have heard that. But what happens when I'm like, I get sick and my eyes twitching? Like, what's going to happen then? You know, you're still going to love her. You're still going to support me when I can't walk if something happened.
Right.
So those are the qualities that I'm looking at in a relationship. And so when I look at this love culture that Valentine's, you know, projects to people, it is this love that sometimes is not even real. It's so in a fantasy land that I lived for so many years because I'm a very romantic person thanks to Disney. And, you know, now you come to reality and you start to see things a different way.
Right.
So while I am in gratitude where I am, I'm looking at ways to, like, you know, I mean, for me, a happy, great time is just being by myself. A happy, great time is me and my son watching Maylin, guys. I like Maylin, you know, or I'm me excited to show him one day with the Disney movies to see if he likes that, you know, or going and getting my hair done, or going just to by myself to have dinner just because I just want to have a meal and moment to process. You know, if I'm working out, like, I have a moment for myself to listen to a podcast and process. So those little things are the things that make me happy now. You know, with who I am, you know, by myself. So my mom and I always have this saying, like, I'm not alone, I'm single. And I need people to start differentiating between the two. Because in Valentine's Day, when you're single, people equate to alone.
Right.
You're not alone many times. You're single, right? Because sometimes it's better to be single than in a bad company. I can assure you that. So with Valentine's Day, which is a new thing for us this year, we're trying to create an atmosphere where girls, women can come in and just have a chat and just have a good time and enjoy their company, right? And not have to feel this pressure, right? Of Valentine's the next day being a big thing.
Yeah, I love that. No, I love that you said that. And I think it's really important that, you know, we take our power back as it relates to, you know, this superficial, you know, thing like Valentine's Day. You're not single, you're not lonely, or especially when you are choosing, you know, to be patient, choosing, you know, and to have standards. That's okay. Not, you know, and I think for men and women, you know, like both. Regardless of who you are, I think it's important to have standards, you know, based on non-superficial things, obviously. But I think it's just, you know, there's power in being able to do the work yourself, like you said earlier, because you can't ask for a certain type of partner and you yourself are not even half that list. Or, you know, there's this thing about like, oh, I'm a catch. I'm like, are you a catch? I mean,
you married?
I mean, because you have to think about really like what do you bring? You know, and there's this, you know, we've gotten so big headed with like I'm the full package. You're like, well, tell me what's in the package, because anytime I order something, I want to know
the package.
What's included. What am I getting? I don't like surprises. Like, tell me what's in the package. And have you, you know, so before you know, because sometimes some of the people I talk to, they're just like, you know, I'm single by choice because he's da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's just like, well, what are you looking for? And then I hear this laundry list, which, I mean, I'm all about having the standards. But when I hear some of the things on the list, and I'm like,
yo te conozco a ti, like, I know who you is.
Like, excuse me. I love this for you. I do. I love it.
And you can get it.
You can get it, you know, but it's also about you, you know, because a partner that's that list, they looking for that list too.
They should be.
And if, you know, and so you have to be, you know, I think that's something that, you know, we are constantly in this like, oh, I want this, because we come from that, you know, get it how you want culture of just, you know, have it your way. But it's just like, nowadays I think both men and women have the opportunity to be selective and intentional. And I think, it's important that you are projecting what you also want to attract.
Yeah.
And, there's nothing wrong with that. I just think that sometimes these lists and some of the things that,
they don't match the list owner.
No, they don't. And I just be like,
that's another shirt.
It's just like, wait, what's happening right now? So even for me, sometimes I get mad about like, oh, that's just not his strong suit, whatever. And I'm like, well, when's the last time I planned the date?
Yeah,
when's
exactly.
the last time, I rolled over? I mean, just you have to think about, like, you can't put all your happy, like, it's not your partner's responsibility to make you happy.
It's not. It's impossible. Because you don't even make you happy. No. So how the heck are you asking somebody else to do it?
You can't, it's not someone else's responsibility. Whether it's your partner, whether it's your friends, whoever it is. They cannot convince you for a living. Like, that's just not, it starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with, you and your core being. So, I have to constantly remind myself, like last night I called on my way from a meeting. I was so hungry. I didn't eat all day yesterday. I had a protein shake and I was like, how you just get to that point of like, I'm so
hungry.
I'm looking in the car like, I ain't got no snacks in here. I need to have a snack.
Our car is so clean. In my car, you find an almond.
Clean. I just literally was like, there ain't nothing in this damn car and you know it. So so I call home. I'm like, I'm just, hopeful because my husband does cook quite a bit. So I'm like, well, he's got to have something great. So I call and I was like, hey, what's for dinner? Like, I'm starving. And he's like, I really just, I don't know. I can look and we'll see what's in the refrigerator. I was instantly annoyed. I was like,
you irritated?
It's almost 8:00. What you mean? And so he's like, we got some left. I said, I'm going to call you back. I instantly got pissed.
The entitlement.
How dare I? As if he didn't work yesterday. Right. And so I'm instantly annoyed because in my mind, you've been home for hours. So
why did you cook
I don't
something?
know. So the audacity that I have sometimes.
Yes.
So
I love that you're aware now.
So aware. And so, what did I do? I went to J. Alexander's by myself. I went, and not only did I not just go to McDonald's, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take myself out to eat. What time were you there? I was there like 8:00 last night.
I was just around there probably that time picking up something for Jaira.
What's so funny is I almost texted you like, you should meet me, but I was like, she's at home with the baby.
I was like, she probably at a meeting.
I literally was there last night. I was like, you know what? I want to go out. And in my mind, I really was upset. And after I later dissected it, I said, you wanted to go out to eat.
Exactly. Why didn't you just say
Why didn't I just tell him,
meet me?
Why don't we go out to eat?
Yes.
And just been done with it. And so,
but you needed him to read your mind that you didn't even know what you wanted yet.
I think I was just so hungry. I was past the stage.
Hungry.
Like my brain just wasn't working anymore.
The cognitive part.
No, the cognitive part was like, girl, you're done for today. So I ate the food. As soon as I ate the food, I was happy again.
Because you were hungry.
I literally ordered all this stuff. I was like, Christina, you should have not came here. You should have went somewhere cheaper. But I ate the food. I had my little to-go boxes. I went home. I took a shower. And I went to sleep.
Did I share your leftovers?
I didn't. Because I'm going to eat them when I get home now.
Okay.
Because I haven't eaten today either. So when I get home, they know not to eat my leftovers.
Well, we'll see.
Yes.
Let's hope for the best.
But the whole time I was just thinking to myself, like, you should just... When you wanted to go out to eat. So whether I wanted to choose to invite him or not, that was optional. But if that's what I wanted, I should have just did that.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just about doing what I need to do or what you need to do in that moment, because it's not his job to be like, oh, she probably wants to go out to eat. Maybe I should make reservations. Maybe I should. He's like, what do you want? Like, I'm here with the kids. What do you want me to do?
Exactly.
And
what else can I do?
Yeah, what else can I do? So it's just like, we often put so much pressure and emphasis on other people to fulfill certain aspects of our lives. And, I've always been a firm believer, especially over the years, because people are like, oh, they complete me and this is my other half. And you may believe that, and I'm not here to like argue that.
And that may be your reality.
Yeah, because I think that's beautiful. Your perception. I personally feel like, at the end of the day, you have to be whole for yourself. I love that I am in union with someone. I love that I'm in partnership with someone.
You complement each other.
But I feel like in order for me to be whole, I have to be whole by myself. In order for me to be, you know, able to contribute to him, I can't feel like I'm constantly needing him to complete me. And I don't want him to feel like he needs me to complete his life, which I don't believe that he feels that way. I think he's very kind of like...
You compliment him very well.
Exactly. And so it's taken me years to get to a point of understanding that. Like if I you know, want to go somewhere, if I want to go out to eat, I go out to eat by myself maybe a couple times a quarter. I'll go to breakfast is usually what I go out and eat by myself because I feel like I take the kids to school. I'll just go run, have breakfast, look at my week, and go about my day. But I think if you like and sometimes I don't even want to go out to eat with anybody else. Like I like the idea of just being able, I don't want to have to talk. I don't want to have to hash that out.
Because you talk a lot. For work. Not because like I talk a lot for nothing, but she talks a lot for work.
And then you have to listen to what they got to talk about.
And then there goes your planning for your week is over. You have no planning. You have no to you time. Because if you home, you have 4 people.
Right. And then when you go out to eat with somewhere else, you got to listen to what's happening in their life. And if you really are at a point mentally, like, I don't want to hear about nothing else, don't go out to eat with nobody. Don't go on a date. Don't ask somebody to come kick it.
Date, that's funny.
Don't do it. For what? Because you really don't care. Yeah. It's not that you don't care genuinely, but if you are at your capacity and you need a reset, then go take yourself out because that's truly what you need to replenish, to refresh, go to the spa, go for a walk, light a couple candles, do some yoga, whatever it takes. Like, it's not always about surrounding yourself with other people when you feel like you're getting to a place of needing something. Sometimes you just need some time by yourself. Because, you know, I'm all about a retreat. I've gone places by myself before.
She has.
Because at the end, sometimes I just need to be alone. I think that's important.
Yeah, that's a gift. And I think before I had my beautiful child, I had a lot of time by myself.
Oh, yeah. You used to take naps and everything. I love that for you.
My house was a retreat, okay? I think it still is when he's napping. It's a retreat. He's a good kid, so thank God. No, but I was thinking about what you said about you being whole. And there's a book I have in my house. I haven't read it yet, but I was reading something online and I got it. And it's called Becoming the One. So I think as many times, so I just saw it the other day, like it picked at me. I said, okay, I'm going to come soon, okay? So it feels like this book is talking about all the lists that you have. And I think also in reality and honesty for me, I don't feel like I'm ready for a relationship because there is things on the list that I have for somebody that I don't have yet. So I don't feel like I'm ready for that person because the person that I'm expecting that I need as a partner, I don't have those things yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm like, until I get those things, I'm not going to open myself up because it's not going to be fair, right? Because I'm asking of something that I need you to bring, and I want to bring that too. So that's why I'm like, let's 2025. I feel like in 1 year, I'm going to get it all together.
Every time you put a year, it always happens in that year. So
just so you put some time and see. You know, you have to be great. God has to sit next to me and be like, Maylin, I'm like, all right, this one, God, all right. But even, I'll be funny. I went on Facebook dating. This is so funny. I'm talking about Valentine's and things. So I went to Facebook dating. I didn't know Facebook had a dating thing. So I went in there. I put my little thing, my little profile. I got overwhelmed by the messages and I had to stop because it was too much. And some people just have no shame. Like they would just tell you very bad things. And married people coming at me, all kinds of things. The wife and the husband, they're crazy. Wow. So I was like, I actually decided that I'm not ready for this. So I actually had a little message that I drafted and I messaged the people because I didn't want to be ghosting people. I think that's rude when you ghost people. So I'm like, thank you so much for the conversation. I'm actually not ready. I don't have capacity right now to entertain conversations or dates or anything like that, but thank you so much. Have a great time. I'm gonna get off this app. And then, well, if you come back, let me know. I'm like, yeah. So I just leave my little message to everybody. I
That is not where you gonna meet your man on Facebook Marketplace. What was it? It was on Facebook. What is it?
Is Facebook like dating? Listen, guys. I mean, all my friends are telling me about all these other apps, but I just thought I'll try this. It's a good way to start conversating with people.
Stay off of Facebook Market dating place.
Listen, okay, it was really nice people.
I'm sure, but
that
that ain't where your husband is.
I got overwhelmed. I think the first time somebody asked me to go to dinner, I freaked out, and I was like, "Oh no, actually, I don't want that." So I kindly,
you just want a pen pal.
I mean, I think I was looking for a pen pal.
Maybe that's what you need.
And I was like, you know what? I don't need no pen pal though. That was stupid. So I just kindly left everybody down and then got off the thing. And I haven't. It's been like, God knows, maybe over a year or two. I don't know. But I haven't been able to get back to that because I also feel really proud of myself for realizing that this wasn't it. Like, you know, like this is, if you're looking for attention, let me tell you, you're bored, Facebook dating, go for it. But if you're looking for something great and intentional, I don't know that I personally recommend it because to me, it was just too much too fast. And then I'm like, I don't have time even for a date. That's how bad it was. I'm like, I don't even have time for a date. Why am I even talking to these people? And they're probably making dreams and hopes here. Like, let me just stop it and shut it down. So that is why I'm not even like dating right now because again, one, I'm working on some things to become the one, and two, I don't have the time. Like the little time that I have, I want to spend it with my son, my friends, my family. I don't know that I want, you know, I'm not ready to spend it with the strangers yet. So yeah, she's looking. You should see the YouTube guys are just looking at me.
Facebook Market dating place. No, I think that's totally understandable and fair. And so I guess our message in this episode is, you know, take the time for, you know, yourself. So don't allow the pressures of, you know, these holidays pressure you into thinking that you're not enough. You need to be doing more. You need to be this place, that place with this person. Take this time, take this February, this year, you know, this quarter, just to be able to spend time with yourself, build yourself. And if you are in partnership with others, you know, also understanding that they are human too, and they're growing and they're learning. And, you know, it's not solely someone else's responsibility to create your happiness. That is a joint effort. And taking the time to develop that, think about that, and also think about what you can contribute to others and you know, in your unions or in your friendships, because certainly it's bigger than Valentine's Day. And so we always say that here at True Print for Life, but certainly, you know, don't allow these holidays and these memes and these stories and these commercials to make you think that you're not enough and that you're not doing enough, because you are where you're supposed to be. And if you want to be somewhere else, put in the work to get there.
Yeah, you have to get out of the house to meet somebody. But but Tabitha Brown says something really powerful. She always says at the end of her messages, like, if you're not having, you know, go and have a good day, right? So I was like, go and have a great holiday, a great first quarter. But if you're not doing that, don't you dare, right, make it bad for somebody else.
Absolutely.
And I love when she says that, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes people are like, well, I'm not having a good love life or life life, so now I'm going to make everybody miserable. It's like, no. I hope you have a great one, but if you don't make it miserable for somebody else.
Absolutely.
That's from Miss Tabitha. I love her.
I love that. Well, as we close today, thank you for joining us for another episode of True Print for Life. And as always, we want to remind you, it's bigger than you.
Thank you so much for listening today. We're excited and we hope that you follow us on
Instagram, True Print for Life, YouTube channel, also True Print for Life. And make sure that you share, like, watch our videos. Make sure that you follow us on all streaming platforms.